Something that we've always been raised to do is to never ever be selfish. Because if you're selfish, it's rude. It's something that, it's kids 101. You never want your kid to be rude and selfish and say, I want this, I want that, I want a pony, I want a car. You don't want that. So you teach them to be mindful of others. But at one point, everybody, in very rare occasions, everybody has that right to be selfish, to take care of themselves, and have to strip away anything or anyone that they love. And naturally, nobody can really ever be mad at this, because you need to take care of numero uno, yourself. Nobody could ever be mad at that. But it is still extremely hurtful. And I know that there's a lot of you out there that have felt that, or have had to do it. You can take all the suggestions from friends and family, but no matter what, it's up to your decision first. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, man, this stuff is just a crock. But believe it or not, I've been to the bottom many, many times, and I've been at the peak of peace many, many times before. Now the thing is that with peace, it's like a mountain, like I said. No matter what, there's always going to be a peak that's higher, which brings you to a higher set of peace, a higher level. And there's going to be a lower valley every time at the very bottom of that ridge of chaos and pain. And no matter what, peace is only temporary. You're always going to fall back down into that dark valley. But it's up to you to climb back up to the mountain, or even a higher mountain. Yeah, I've been there before, many times. See, I'm not an asshole like my good friend before. I was always the guy that always tried to treat people well. See, sometimes sacrifices need to be made. I know from experience, on both sides, and it's not fun. When you love and care for somebody and you need to let them go, hopefully, the test of time, you can achieve something with them. Because who knows? Maybe you can get back to that loved one again. Maybe this time, you guys can get back together in a slow amount of time. Or you guys might end up being best friends. But really, it's all up between the two of you. Because you see, it can't just be one person in any style of relationship that's doing all of the work. It needs to be both. It can't be 100%, 0%. It can't be 50% and 50%. It's got to be 110% and 110%. You need to be willing to put in all that you can into that person that you care for. Like I said, love, you can't describe it, but it's a feeling that everybody enjoys. You love love. Now I know what you're thinking. You're also thinking that, maybe this guy does know what he's saying. But all I can tell you is this. Do yourself a favor. Find a friend, family member, somebody in your life, and let them know, you know what? I am thinking about you. You are in my prayers. I am always watching out for you. Yeah, I need to be selfish at this moment. It's totally normal. I'm selfish. Many of my friends are selfish. The people that are producing this right now, we are selfish. We need to take care of ourselves. It's totally normal. George, you're smiling. I know, it's true, right? It's totally normal. But you just gotta let them know. And that is my final say.
Not done yet, baby. I have to say my rebuttal to that mushy-gushy piece of shit that I just endured for 10 goddamn minutes. Because let me tell you something about husbands and wives and girlfriends and lovers and boyfriends and homosexuals and bisexual and trisexual. I'm going to tell you. Even the family dog. Let me tell you something about pets. You know why your pets love you? Because you feed them. You walk them. That's the only reason they love you. Look at cats. Cats could give two shits about you. The dogs are just want to play catch. They just want to eat food. Cats, see, the cats are the smart ones because the cats lay back, relax, and when you go near them, they meow and run away. I wish marriage was like that. Because let me tell you something also. Marriage, you know why we get married? To save money for mortgages and cars. Because you know how hard it is to be a single man or woman working and providing and doing all this for yourself? It's not very easy. So you find a schlub on the street, you marry that motherfucker. Oop, second one, he said two, I can say two. Now, you marry that man, and then things go well. Things go well. But you know what happens? You realize you don't really fucking love him, do you? You get a divorce. Now, you get a girlfriend because, hey, somebody needs to get some loving down there, and then you know what I'm talking about. What up? Now, let's see, I hit the wives, I hit the husbands, I hit the boyfriends, I hit the girlfriends, I even hit the family dogs. Oh, I forgot the kids. Now when you're going with your kids and they're popping right out and oh, there they go, and they're born, they're forced to love you. You feed them, you teach them how to talk. And let me tell you something, after you teach them to talk, you wish you didn't teach them to talk because they become crude and rude. And when you get a teenager, and I know you freaking 20-year-olds know what I'm talking about because you're probably knocked up right now as I speak. Yeah, I went there. Kids are just like everybody else. They're forced to love you. It's a cruel, cruel world. Like Mr. Rogers said over there, it's a cruel, cruel world. Fucking live in it. Now, my lightest thing about today is going to be, if you have any questions, comments, because you are all going to see this in about 5 hours, you can ask the asshole, or you can ask Mr. Rogers. And we will come back here, we will explain each of our feelings on the subject, and let you know how we feel. Until then, I bid you a good day, and to my fellow assholes, you know what's up. Thank you.
Really? That's your sign off?
Because he took my final say. I was like, that's the final say. Part 2.